inspire, empower, grab your girls and soar a little higher. Unlock the fire in you, cause real women don't bitch, no. Real women don't, 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 real women don't bitch.
Hey, thank you for joining me on the Real Women Don't Bitch podcast. This is your proud host, August Crenshaw, aka Mrs. Raw, Real, and Relentless. I am the #1 advanced mental conditioning specialist for entrepreneurs because building mental muscle is necessary in order to implement successful business strategies. This show has been created for the woman who is not excuse-driven and needs help building a profitable business. I will be interviewing women from various fields who are willing to break the silence on struggles that specifically affect female entrepreneurs. Welcome to a show where I and guest speakers from time to time share our methods that help us beast our business no matter what is going on in our lives. Whether you are an online or brick and mortar business owner, this show is for you. We will hit every angle, personal, professional, and spiritual. Why? Because on any given day, you get hit with shit from a scenario involving one, more, or perhaps all of the above. It all impacts you and your mindset towards your business. I have made it my personal mission to provide a space where we dive deep into the BS we face on a day-to-day basis. If you want a recipe for disaster when it comes to building your business, I have one word: anger. And I'm putting this out here because I had a client recently say, I'm just angry. But, I'm going to beast my business. I'm going to focus. I'm going to do what I need to do. Now, everybody isn't in a good space that when you're feeling angry, that you can still build your business and build it right and build it in order. And some of you don't have a coach that's already giving you direction. So no matter what distractions come your way, you can still keep going. We got to talk about this, ladies, because we get angry. We get angry at our spouses for things that they've done or things they're not doing. We get angry with our kids because of the way they are or are not cooperating. We get angry about so many things until we learn to hone and control. But I don't want to talk about just any anger today. I want to talk about specifically spousal anger. And those of you that follow me, you know that I was married before then. So I do know what it looks like to run a business and have a highly uncooperative, dysfunctional spouse. As a hairstylist with a thriving business, I do want you guys to know I experienced the dip because as an individual who had her salon in her home and he was in the home, energetically, he messed up a lot of things and it was difficult to function. I made a lot of decisions that when I look back, I'm like, why did I do that? Because I didn't set myself up for success with my business. I kind of started feeding into his energy and I was making the wrong kinds of decisions. But I want to give you a different, more in-depth example. I want you to see how your emotional triggers will have you concentrating on the wrong things. I do a group, and it's a high ticket group where we go through and it's like, let me give you everything you need. It's very, very robust. You come in there and we hammer it in. We go over everything it is that you need to know for your business, making sure you're narrowing down your ideal client, me reevaluating your packaging, challenging your pricing, working on your mindset work, your sales conversation, and all of these things. And even though it's a group program where there's structure, for those of you that have been following me long enough, you know that I'm very fluid and I flow and I still respond individually to the needs of the people. Well, there was this one woman in particular that was in the group who came and she was in her most raw state. She had the most work to do with developing products and services, getting a price point so that she could get out there and start selling her stuff. One day she put a post in the group
And she was like, oh my God, what am I supposed to be doing? I need to figure out what's going wrong on my business page. All I want to do is put in a link so somebody can get a strategy session and do this and do that. And it's not working. And I could feel the energy. You know, sometimes this is a crock of bull. Be like, I didn't like the way the tone of that message sounded. But sometimes we really can feel the tone and energy of messages that are sent to us by people. And I remember feeling her energy and looking and saying, oh, wow, you know, let me hop in here really quick and kind of read through everything. And I was trying to figure out what in the world was going on, because we weren't on doing anything with her business page. And technically, she shouldn't have really been trying to put up any type of link for any type of call, for the simple fact that when you got through, you were going to be confused. I want people to get certain things in order. They need certain things in order so that when you get ready to close the sale, it's a success. No brainer. Well, in that group, one of the things that I did was immediately hopped on a group video call. Go live. You know, Facebook will allow you to have someone else come in and live stream with you. And I'm like, hey, wait a minute, slow down. What's going on? Oh, this, that. And I just need to I'm like, okay, slow down, sweetie, because your tone, you're very anxious, you know. And she was very combative. I'm not anxious. I'm not this. I'm not feeling this. It's not like that. And I was like, baby girl, yes, you are. I'm not talking about you. I'm just letting you know that where you're at right now, you need to slow down. I need you to communicate with me differently. And so then she went on, oh, I got this going on. This happened with my husband, this with his mother, this situation, my mother, all this stuff is going on. And he did this and he did that. And I'm like, okay. But do you realize that you put in a cart before the horse? I'm trying to talk her through the scenario and she just keeps snapping at me. And the whole time I have a good idea of what happened based off of the data that she gave me. But I'm the kind of person that I always ask more questions, because there are those moments when we assume. There are moments when we think that we know, but if we just get just a little bit more data, we can have clarity. Well, she was so combative with me that at one point I said, okay, yes, I did literally say this like this in the group. I said, okay, so you think that I'm jumping to conclusions? You don't think? I said, okay, so you think I'm jumping to conclusions? You don't think that I know what I'm doing? Let me tell you exactly what happened. See, you trying to make it seem like everything is okay, but your husband had pissed you off to a different degree. You got emotional issues going on because he's the main breadwinner. You still not making money in your business, and so you anxious. But what you not going to do is have yourself in a situation where he going to be the one that makes all the money and you at his mercy, because now you feeling some kind of way like he throwing it up in your face. So all of a sudden you like, I'm going to get out there. I'm going to show his ass. I can build my business myself. I'm gonna put my links out there because I know people need what I got, and somebody gonna click on here and they're gonna buy something from me. I'm gonna make my own money, my damn self, and I can keep it pushing. And she busted out laughing because I read her up and down. And after she got through laughing, I was like, whew. I told her, I said, girlfriend, you are a doozy. But nevertheless, the moral of the story is she was doing things out of order and in the wrong energy, because she allowed the climate in her household and with one of the most significant people to her dictate the flow of her brain, how her mind was working, the order of operations. Ladies, when we are frustrated, when we are stressed and we're trying to figure out what do we do next, one of the biggest, most disastrous mistakes that we can make is taking that anger and saying that we're going to put it in our business. You don't take the anger and put it into your business. You take the anger and you ball that shit up and you throw it in the trash can, reverse that energy and turn it into enthusiasm and intense focus. And that's what you put into your business. Because as long as you are tripping off of the things that are distracting you, you can't do what needs to get done. What's going to end up happening to you is that when you are in the places where your mind needs to be still and think, that's when shit is going to pop up and start bothering you. Do you hear me? See, a lot of you like, no, I could beast my business no matter what's going on. When you're dealing with clients or when you're working a job where you have tasks to do, you have something to focus on to distract your mind. But when you have to create copy, when you need to look at your posting schedule, when you are writing your programs out, Those are things that require you to focus. And if anger is at the root of your brain, you're going to be like, you know what? This just isn't a good time right now. I'm just not in flow. I'm going to do it later. Trust me, it will come back to bite you in the butt. So I am not saying that you don't have the right to get angry. I'm saying feel free to feel whatever emotion you do, but take it and say, okay, but I can't let anything rule me. How many of you have heard the expression, that which angers you controls you? I can't let this rule me. So I'm real. I'm mad because this, that, and the other. This shouldn't be that way. But you know what? I don't have any control over that. So instead of residing in anger, I'm going to reside in the serenity prayer. God, grant me the serenity to accept the things I cannot change, the courage to change the things I can, and the wisdom to know the difference. So you know what? What can I do to get back into a space of intense focus? What can I do to get back into a mindset place where I'm thinking about why I was put on this planet, getting back happy about me, excited about how I'm supposed to change the world, excited about the things that I'm supposed to be doing to help other people navigate and get success in these different areas that you guys serve them in. That's what you do. You can't build a business off of anger as fast and successfully and as functionally as you can off of a focused spirit. This right here was one that I know that it convicted some of you. And if it didn't convict you today, you're going to remember these words next week or next month, because shit happens. I love my husband. My husband works with me. He's my biggest supporter. But you think we don't have moments like this? We absolutely do. Where it's like, wait a minute, where you come from? That thing that you did right there, that was a rabbit that jumped out of a hat on me. And we all can get distracted at any given time, and focusing is our responsibility. It's our responsibility to gain control of our mind. That's the difference between those that are successful and those that are trying to become successful. The most powerful thing you have is the control of your mind. Control of your mind and your spirit. Embody a spirit of control. Okay, ladies, I'm going to get out of here. And you all have a fabulous day. Don't forget to pick up your free gift, the Close the Sales webinar, where I'm teaching you the primary things that you don't need to do so you can stop blocking your sale, and then teaching you what to say and when to say it so that you can begin to engage more with your people and get more people to say yes. I'm out of here. Deuces.
Thank you for joining me today. Remember to cultivate a mindset that is biased towards taking action. No bitching, whining, or complaining. Here, our mantra is, real women don't bitch, we get shit done. See you next week as I continue to bring you what you need to keep your head in the game and beast your business. Don't forget to hit subscribe and leave us a 5-star review. Would you like a specific topic covered? Have a question you would like answered live? Then head on over to realwomendon'tbitchpodcast.com. Subscribe to my email list, hit me up, and I got you. Interested in being a guest speaker? You walk the walk? Then you can sign up on the website too. This is your #1 advanced mental conditioning specialist for entrepreneurs, Mrs. Raw, Real, and Relentless. Signing out. Deuces.
Inspire, empower, grab your girls and soar a little higher. Unlock the fire in